Welcome to Inversion-Free Yoga. Inwardly rotate your thighs, pull the flesh away from your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. And as you inhale, let's reach our arms all the way out and up. And exhale, lower those arms. Again, inhaling, reaching those arms all the way out and up. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale, reach those arms all the way out and up, interlace at the top, and press your palms up towards the sky or ceiling. Wiggling your elbows, bring them all the way back behind your ears. Opening your heart. And then as you exhale, round your upper back, press the palms of your hands directly away from your sternum. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades and draw your chin deep into your chest, feeling a beautiful stretch along the back of your neck. Let's take one more deep breath here. And then releasing your hands, bring them all the way back behind your hips, pressing your palms down about a foot away from your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest, open your heart. And if it's comfortable for your neck, you can allow your head to hang back. And if not, just keep your chin in line with your chest, taking the deepest breaths you've taken all day, maybe even all week. And whenever you're ready, come back to a neutral position, reach your arms all the way out and up, and come all the way forward into a forward bend, keeping your back nice and flat and your head lifted above your heart. And if not inverting is not an issue for you, you can go ahead and allow your back to round and allow your head to lower. But we're doing inversion-free yoga here. So just with a nice flat back, waking up the backs of the hips. Bring yourself all the way back up to seated, and let's shake our legs out in front of us on the mat. Beginning here by opening up the feet a little wider than mat distance, and we're making big hip circles all the way up from the ball and socket joint at the hip, flexing the feet on the way out, pointing the toes on the way in. You should notice that your thighs are moving, your knees are moving, and your lower legs and feet are all moving. And let's reverse the direction of the circles, flexing on the way in, pointing on the way out. Really exaggerating the motion here, trying to touch the big toes on the inside, the pinky toes on the outside, reaching through the toes as you point, reaching through the heels as you flex. Shake your legs out back in front of you, pull the flesh away from your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall, and let's draw our left knee into our chest. And as you exhale, press your heel away, curl your toes back towards your face. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, flex the foot. Inhale, exhale, press the heel away. Inhale and exhale. And let's try 3 more with no hands. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. And last one. Shake the legs out in front of you. Let's do the same thing on the right side, drawing the right knee into the chest, sitting up nice and tall, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Sitting up nice and tall, and exhale. Squeeze up the core. Inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale. 3 more with no hands. Inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. One last time. Inhale and exhale, shake it out. Coming onto all fours, crossing at your ankles or swinging your legs around the side. And we're going to begin here with dancing lion, moving our hips in circles in one direction. Really exaggerating the motion here. Think about moving your hips back like a child's pose and moving your hips forward like an upward facing dog. Going as slow or as fast as it feels comfortable for you. Focusing inward and noticing what this pose feels like on the inside out. Not really worrying about what it looks like from the outside. Let's switch up the direction, going in the opposite direction. Exhaling as you draw your hips back. Inhaling as you draw your hips forward. Let's do 2 more rotations here. Exhaling as you draw your hips back. Inhaling as you draw your hips forward. And last time, exhaling and inhaling. Setting ourselves up now for cat-cow, wrists underneath the elbows, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And as you exhale, round the upper back, draw your chin towards your chest. Again, inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, squeeze your belly button towards your spine, round your upper back. Again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, squeeze it up. Last two, inhaling and exhaling. And one last time, drop your belly, lift your heart. And exhale, squeeze it up. Coming back to a neutral spine. Let's come up onto our knees. And we're going to do our toe ball stretch. So tuck your toes under and then reach back and manually bring your last two toes towards the front of your mat. Make sure you're bringing all of your toes with you. And then sit back on your heels as far as it feels comfortable for you. You should feel a tremendous stretch in your toe ball mound. See if you could focus that weight over the big toe area rather than the pinky toe area. And just relax your hands in your lap. Allow your eyes to close. Let's take one more breath. And then coming forward onto your hands and knees and tap those feet out on the mat. It actually feels good to tap them out quite hard. And coming back up onto our knees and then stepping forward and coming up to a standing position. Let's separate the feet nice and wide on the mat. Turning your left foot out, bring your right foot parallel to the back of your mat. Reach those arms out in opposite directions. Hinge from your hips, reach forward over your left big toe. Exhale, rotate the upper body. Left arm comes down, right arm comes up. Coming into our triangle pose, Trikonasana. If it's more comfortable for your head to look forward than up at your fingertips, then you can do that as well. If not, gazing up towards the fingertips. Think about expanding in all directions here, up and out through the crown of your head, back and down through your tailbone. Put a soft bend into your bottom knee and come all the way back up to standing. Rotate the left toes in and the right toes out. Triangle on the other side. Inhale, hinge from your hips, reach forward over your big toe. Exhale, rotate your upper body. This time the right arm comes down, the left arm comes up. Imagining your body is on one flat plane here. Shoulders are stacking, hips are stacking. Spiraling your heart open towards the sky or ceiling. Let's take one more deep breath here. And put a soft bend in your knee, return to standing. And now let's rotate all the way back towards the other edge of our mat for our airplane pose. Fingertips reaching in opposite directions, roll your shoulders into your back, engage your upper back muscles, and whenever you're ready, take off and fly, pressing off the back foot, gazing at a spot on the floor in front of you, but make sure you don't lose that upper back strength here. Really squeezing up those upper back muscles, keeping your chest lifted. Keep reaching that leg up behind you, flexing the lifted foot, and then slowly bring it all the way back down, and let's rotate all the way over to the other side, engaging those upper back muscles, keeping your chest lifted. Whenever you're ready, pressing off, taking off and flying, coming into airplane mode pose, Digasana. Keep arching the back, keep lifting the chest, keep flexing that lifted foot. One more breath. And soft bend back into your bottom leg, lower all the way back to the mat. And from here, we're going to step our feet together all the way up at the top of the mat, getting ourselves set up for chair pose. Some people like to do it with their feet separated, and I prefer my feet together, toes and heels touching. So it's your choice, whatever you want to do. Let's sink our hips back, bending the knees, sweep the floor with your fingertips, and then reach those arms straight up into the air. Really move those hips towards the back edge of your mat like you're sitting in a chair. Try to sink your hips as deep as possible, bending your knees. Keep that chest lifted. And whenever you're ready, bring it all the way back up to standing and lower your arms. We're going to do this 2 more times, really building some strength. Let's go again, bending the knees, sinking the hips back, sweeping the arms all the way down and up. Sit your hips as deep as you can into chair pose. Keep squeezing your knees together, your toes and heels together. And inhale, bring yourself all the way back up to standing. Exhale, lower the arms. We have one more. Here we go. Bend your knees, sink your hips back, reach those arms all the way out and up. Even though our arms are lifted, keep drawing your shoulders down and away from your ears. How much can you bend your knees and sit your hips back even further? And as you inhale, let's come all the way back up to standing, and exhale, lower all the way down. All right, shake it out. Let's come into our yogi squat. So separate your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Slightly point the toes out and bend your knees, sink your hips all the way down, bringing your hands to heart center. Using the backs of the arms, press your thighs open. Keep sinking your hips down and lifting your chest up. Let's take one more breath here. And go ahead and lower your hips all the way down onto the mat. And let's draw our legs out in front on the mat, and then bring your right foot into your left thigh, getting ourselves set up for a forward bend. Sitting up nice and tall. As you inhale, let's reach our arms all the way out and up. And as you exhale, hinging from your hips with a nice flat back, let's come into a forward bend. Remembering to keep your head above your heart here. And it doesn't matter where you catch on. You can either catch on to your toes if you have the flexibility, or anywhere along your leg, or even placing your hands on the floor next to your leg is totally fine. Keep thinking about reaching your belly button towards your thigh, reaching forward and out through the crown of your head. And as you inhale, reach your arms all the way out and up. And as you exhale, let's bring our left hand to our right knee, our right hand behind us, sitting up nice and tall. And as you exhale, squeeze your belly button towards your spine, gazing over your right shoulder. With every inhale, think about filling up your belly like a big balloon. With every exhale, think about squeezing your belly button towards your spine, wringing it out like a wet sponge. Keep your body right where it is. Just unwind your gaze, turning your gaze in the opposite direction, looking over your left shoulder. And then go ahead and unwind the rest of your body. Shaking your legs out in front, let's do the same thing on the other side. Drawing your left foot into your right thigh, sitting up nice and tall. And inhale, reaching your arms all the way out and up. Exhaling with a flat back, coming all the way forward, coming into our hamstring stretch. Remembering that you can bring your hands anywhere along your leg or catching onto your toes, and to keep that head above the heart. Take a couple more breaths here. Inhale, reach your arms all the way out and up, and coming into a twist. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you like a second spine, sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, squeeze and gaze over that left shoulder. Making sure that you're keeping both hips anchored into the mat here as you twist. Keeping the body right where it is, unwind your neck, turning your gaze in the opposite direction, looking over your right shoulder. And go ahead and unwind the rest of your body, shaking your legs out in front of you. And move forward on the mat so there's plenty of room behind you to lay back. Hug your knees and float your feet. Let's come into our boat pose. You have three options here: catching on behind the thighs, reaching forward towards your toes, or straightening out your legs. Continuing to breathe here while squeezing up your core. A couple of more breaths here. And then lower about halfway down, keeping your upper body in line with your legs. And lift up just an inch, lower all the way down, hug your knees towards your chest, hugging and rocking. And let's place both feet right next to our hips, getting ourselves set up for bridge pose. And because this is inversion-free yoga, we're just going to do it as a pelvic tilt. So begin with a pelvic tilt. Just lift your lower back up off the mat and then lower all the way back down. Again, squeezing up your lower abdominals. Do a pelvic tilt. Lift your lower back up off the mat and exhale, lower all the way down. Pressing into your feet, really engaging. It looks like a tiny movement, but you'll definitely feel it. And lift as you inhale, exhale to lower. See if you can articulate each of your vertebrae up off the mat. Exhale all the way down. Squeeze up the lower abdominals, pelvic tilt, lift the hips. And this time we're going to hold it up for 3 breaths. Pressing into your feet, keeping your knees parallel, keeping your neck relaxed. And lower your hips all the way back down to the mat. Hugging and rocking your knees towards the chest. Let's come into our spinal twist. Dropping your knees over to one side, teeing out your arms, and turning your gaze in the opposite direction. Allowing gravity to take you deeper into the pose. Allowing your breath to stretch you from the inside out, taking the deepest possible inhales, and then surrendering even more on the exhale. And then going ahead and moving over to the other side, rocking your knees to the other direction, turning your gaze. Deep, long inhales, filling up your belly like a big balloon. Exhale, squeezing and wringing out your belly. One more deep breath. And hug your knees back into your chest. One final pose before Savasana. Let's come into our happy baby, grabbing onto the outside edges of your feet, gently rocking side to side, making sure your elbows are on the insides of your knees here, your feet are flexed, allowing those hips to open and getting a really nice soothing massage on your middle back. One more deep breath here. And hugging and rocking your knees back into your chest. We've come to the best part of our class, our relaxation. So extend your legs out onto the mat. Allow your feet to fall outward. Allow your palms to face upward. Begin by taking a nice deep inhale, filling up your lungs. And sighing it out. 2 more. Inhaling. One last time. Inhale. Allowing the back of the body to melt into the mat below you. Releasing each and every muscle and all tension. Completely surrendering to gravity. And allowing waves of relaxation to wash over your entire being. Allowing yourself to be enveloped in tranquility and serenity. Wiggling fingers and toes, stretching out your body spontaneously. Hugging and rocking your knees towards your chest. Rocking over to your right side, staying in the fetal position. Using minimal effort, pressing into your hands and adopting a seated position. Pressing your hands together at your heart. Let's chant Om one time, sealing our practice. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.